Good morning, guys. 5:30 here in Central Illinois on the 2nd of November. I hope everybody had a safe Halloween. I just thought I'd show you a quick weekend update on the Kingsbury trolley. I decided to go with the orange, which I went with before. It's a lot easier to spray than the yellow that I was working at, although that yellow I think would have been great for the trolley. I just didn't want to take a chance of having a major mess up and have to strip paint or sand it or whatever I had to do, or give multiple paint jobs and then get dirt stuck in it. So I went with the orange. It has a little bit of pullback from time to time, but that's usually easy to take care of. And this is called, this is Rust-Oleum. I believe it's called Industrial Orange. And I really like this stuff. It is easy to spray. It always comes out good. Like all of it, you gotta learn how to use that rattle can. Get it too close, you'll get a run. Of course, get it too far back, and you get a grainy appearance. But this was pretty good. This was multiple shots all done at the same time. In other words, I'd shoot it, I'd let it firm up, and then I'd shoot it some more so I could get the color to get into the cracks and crevices on it. So we got this taken care of. This is done 24 hours ago. I am not touching it. It will be soft. It will be soft for quite some time. I did have a way of getting it onto the platform, its power platform. I have temporarily, I don't know if you can see it or not, there it is. I have electrified the inside, which will be made permanent. When this gets all hard and done, I'll then make a harness so that I can hook up the lights on the end. I've got decoration to add to it. I got to put on the signage. I got to put on the cow catchers. I have to take my stencils and I have to get them up inside. That's why I'm going to let this harden for a couple of days, because everything that I'm going to do on there, I'm going to have to grip it with my hands, my fingers, and even after a couple of days, it will still be soft enough that if you're not careful, if you grip it too hard, you'll see fingerprints. So we'll get this on there. I think the orange and the black is a nice contrast. Now, the other thing that I may do, you can see this bead, and I'm not touching this, but this bead that runs at the bottom runs all the way around. What I have, and what I've done before, is I've used a wedge marker. This is a paint stick. I've used this before. If you've got a steady hand, these, and you get these in three different sizes, these are absolutely positively fantastic for pinstriping. You can make it every bit as nice, as straight, and as even as what they did by hand with a paintbrush back in the day. But since I don't have a good straight hand anymore, what I'll probably do is just put a layer of tape in the bottom and at the top. And all it's going to do is that wedge rides on the high spot. But I want to make sure that I don't put a hash mark on each one of the struts as it goes along. So I'll cover them. And it would go all the way around to the front. So that's what we're looking at. We are on the downward flow with this thing. I spent a lot of time with it, done a lot more things to it than I have in past. You know, I've always talked about putting lights on stuff. Well, this is the first time I've actually didn't feel so completely wore out and tired of working on it that I did install lights on it, and they do work nice. So just to give you an idea how it looks with a light in it, we'll just do a quick little trip around the track and call it a day. This thing can go, well, that is as slow as it'll go. That's where the transformer just gives it enough power and it runs. Like I said before, that DC motor, very responsive to almost no voltage. I mean, the customers can't get too upset about the speed this thing's going. So that's what we've got. I'm figuring that probably, I don't know, by in 2 weeks' time, maybe quicker, that paint will be hard enough for me to mess with. I got a bad habit of wanting to touch this stuff once I get it painted, and all that does is cost me problems. So we're well pleased with the way it's coming along. I'll be glad to get all the signage and the accessories on it, and it'll look even more complete. So there you go, guys. Have a safe weekend. Looks like the next 4 or 5 days we're going to be in for some rain. They said maybe at the end of the 4 days we'll have 5 inches of rain. I sure hope so. We are dry, dry, dry. All right, talk with you later. Toodaloo.